Well, I teach at a university. I like to think that what we do as academics in our teaching also helps to promote certain civic virtues. We don't want to teach our students what to think. I think ideally we try to teach them how to think. We try to get them to engage with each other's points of view, respectfully, in such a way that pluralism, if I may use that term, becomes a matter of lived reality, not just a kind of abstract ideal. Democracy, of course, is not really something that always has to be a matter of consensus. People nowadays often complain that societies are so divided, they're so polarized. Yes, that can become a danger, but in a sense, democracy serves to allow us to deal with our differences and our divisions in a civil way where people can feel that, yes, sometimes they can convince each other with their arguments. They can live with the fact that sometimes they lose an argument or they lose an election, let's say, and yet the democratic game can go on. So I think these are habits one can acquire. The university is one, but not the only place where such habits can be practiced. So I think as somebody speaking from within that world, that would be a kind of prime contribution I could see. There's so much talk these days about, populism rising everywhere, populism triumphing everywhere. It's important, I think, to remind ourselves that not everybody who criticizes, as the cliched phrase then goes, elites or the establishment, is therefore necessarily somehow a populist who poses a danger for democracy. Quite the opposite, possibly. We used to say, especially in civic education, that actually being critical with the powerful is a sign of being a good democratic citizen. You're interested in what's happening in the polity, in the economy, in culture, etc., and you want to keep a close eye on the powerful. There's nothing wrong with that. So this kind of cliched sentence, which we read and hear almost everywhere now, that, everybody is angry at elites, that's somehow dangerous, we have to calm people down, I think basically delegitimizes critique, even though a lot of these criticisms might well be justified. We sometimes, I think, tend to assume that, if you empower people, they will all like what we already have in the EU. No, they might not like it, but that's then their right as a basic matter of democracy. So let's not conflate, as sometimes happens, the idea of empowerment with basically sort of pro-EU PR, which alas remains very popular as an idea in Brussels itself, where people tend to assume, if we only explain things better or have more glossy brochures or let people more participate, they will necessarily like everything. Well, they might not, but that's really what democracy is about.